I'm 24 years old, and my story may sound crazy and probably not true, but I assure you, my story is real. It's just that my sister has ice powers. Crazy, right? It all started when I was 5, and my sister, Eliza, was 8. Eliza and I were very close. Whenever it snowed, we would always build a snowman in our front yard. One day, I woke up with a white streak on my hair and noticed Eliza's bed and stuff were gone. I went out of my room and saw Eliza packing her things into the guest bedroom. I didn't know why she did this. Whenever it snowed, I would always go to Eliza's room and ask, "Do you want to build a snowman?" But she told me to go away and I had to respect her privacy. My parents were busy at work to even think about building a snowman. I felt alone. When I was 15 and Eliza was 18, our parents went away on a business trip. It was raining and the plane was struck by lightning and crashed in the ocean. There were no survivors. I cried during my parents' funeral, not only because they were dead, but because my sister didn't show up. I lost all hope for Eliza that day. 3 years later, I was 18 and Eliza was 21. I was so excited because this is going to be the first time in forever that I'll see Eliza. She will watch as I graduate high school. I went to the graduation ceremony and saw my sister Eliza. But when I walked up to her, I accidentally bumped into a dreamy guy named Han Solo. I knew that love was an open door when I first saw him. Then he got down on one knee in the middle of the ceremony and asked, "Fauna, will you marry me?" I was shocked. The guy I met was going to be my future husband. I was about to say yes when Eliza interrupted me and said, "No, she won't." I told her why, and she said that I can't marry someone I just met. I said that I would if it's true love. Then she left, and I knew I wasn't going to let her leave without answers. I snatched her glove. She begged me to give it back, but I wasn't going to give it back to her without answers on why she isolates herself from the world. At that moment, she got so nervous that ice came out of her hand and was spreading everywhere. The other students and I were shocked. I couldn't believe my sister had ice powers this whole time and kept it a secret from the rest of the world, including me. Did Mom and Dad know about this? Eliza ran away after we were shocked. I chased after her and saw her running to the mountains. Then it started snowing real badly, and I knew the only way to stop this winter was to get my sister back. I started walking to the mountains. It was very chilly, and I was worried that I'll never be able to find my sister. That's when I met this guy named Chris with a C and his reindeer, Bambi. He gave me snow clothing and agreed to help me find Eliza. So we started walking through the mountains. Then we met a snowman named Frosty. Frosty said that Eliza created her and sang the same song about letting something go. I knew we were getting close. Frosty agreed to help us bring back summer. We walked to what appeared to be an ice castle. We were amazed that Eliza would do this. We went inside the castle and I saw Eliza in the most beautiful ice dress that any 5-year-old girl would wear for Halloween. She told me to leave, but I refused and explained to her that our town, Ferndale, was under an eternal winter. She was shocked, but I have faith in her that she would fix this. She told me that she can't fix this and she doesn't know how. I still have faith in her, but that didn't work out well. She accidentally used her ice powers on me and froze my heart. I was in a lot of pain and had a lot of white streaks. Eliza then told me to leave and I still refused. She then created a giant snowman that kicked us all out. I threw a snowball at him and he chased us, but luckily we outran him. I started having a lot of chest pain and Christoph with a C took me to see his family to figure out what's wrong with me. I was surprised to find out that his family was a bunch of trolls and they thought me and Christoph with a C were dating. I told them that I already had a fiancé and it wasn't Christoph with a C. They were disappointed. Christoph with a C told them that I needed help. The leader of the trolls was surprised to see me and said my name. I then asked how he knew my name. He explained about how when I was 5 and Eliza was 8, I knew all along that Eliza had ice powers. He told me that we would always build a snowman using Eliza's magic, but Eliza got carried away one day and froze my head. That explained how I got the white streak on my head. My parents found out what Eliza did and took me to see the leader of the trolls. He healed my head and made me forget that Eliza ever had ice powers. He suggested that Eliza should be locked up in her room so that she could avoid hurting any more people. So I was wrong about Eliza. She wasn't trying to be cold and distant on purpose. She was doing it to protect me. The leader of the trolls told me that only an act of true love can save me. I knew that it had to be my fiancé. I told Christoph with a C to take me back to Ferndale. I hurried over to my formal high school in hopes he would still be there. To my luck, he was. He took me to the boys' locker room because he said that was the best place for couples to kiss. Right when he was about to kiss me, he said words that made my heart frozen even more. Oh, Fauna, if only there was someone out there who loved you. I couldn't believe it. He didn't love me. He shoved me into his locker and closed it. He then said that he has my sister locked up and she will be executed. As for me, he would let me die for being the sister of a witch. I can't believe he called my sister a witch. He then left and I cried, thinking I would be dead. But then I heard a familiar voice. It was Frosty! He came to look for me. I banged on the locker to get his attention. I was relieved that he got it. He unlocked Han's locker using his twig arm as a key. I explained to him what happened. Frosty then told me that Kristoff Officy likes me and that I should hurry to him. I tried to hurry to him, but something truly shocking caught my attention. It was my ex-fiancé, and he was going to kill my sister with a sword. I knew I had to do the right thing. I leapt in front of Eliza, and because of that, I froze. You might be wondering, if I'm frozen, why am I telling you this story? Well, I wasn't frozen for long. When I woke up, Eliza hugged me and cried. I hugged her back, and that's when she knew I was alive. I told her that I would always protect her as an act of true love. Eliza realized that love was the key to stopping her internal winter, and so our town was no longer covered in snow. Eliza also gave Frosty his own flurry so he can survive the warm climates. Han Solo was arrested on several charges of false claims, attempted murder, and flirting with older women for money. I am so happy. I am not alone anymore. I have my sister, Frosty, Bambi, and a new boyfriend. Some things never change.